Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Good to be here.
Today we're looking at EdTech, education technology, and the lasting effects of the pandemic.
Yeah, it's a big topic. We've got some source material, excerpts from the post-pandemic EdTech landscape.
Right. And our goal really is to pull out the key shifts. How has technology fundamentally changed education?
Exactly. And this matters whether you're an educator, student, parent, anyone involved in learning, really.
So let's jump in. The first big thing seems to be permanence. The
Yeah.
idea that these changes aren't just temporary blips.
Absolutely. The pandemic was like an accelerant. Years of slow change crammed into months. It fundamentally reshaped things.
So it wasn't just, okay, let's get Zoom working. It was deeper.
Much deeper. It shifted mindsets, infrastructure needs. People had to engage with tech in a new way. Suddenly there was this new baseline expectation.
Okay, and that pressure cooker environment,
Yeah.
it sparked new things, innovations.
Definitely. The source points to this, even without naming specific apps or whatever. The sheer need for remote solutions drove rapid development. New tools, new approaches popped up fast.
Which leads to the big question. Hybrid learning, remote learning?
Yeah.
Are they just standard practice now?
Well, the source suggests they're likely here to stay, at least in some capacity. They offered flexibility, accessibility for some.
For some. That's a key point, isn't it? The equity issue.
Huge. Because hybrid or remote isn't a simple switch. Does everyone have the tech, the internet, the support, and pedagogically?
Right. Teaching online effectively is different.
Totally different. It requires specific skills and strategies, and frankly, educators are still figuring out the best ways.
And this links to being ready for the next disruption, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The source mentions preparedness.
It does. It's not just about having laptops. It's about having adaptable systems, resilient infrastructure, and critically, teachers who are comfortable and skilled with the tech.
Digitally fluent, as you said.
Exactly.
Okay, zooming out a bit. What about government policy? The source touches on that too.
Yeah, inevitably, policy plays a huge role. Funding decisions, for getting devices and broadband out there.
And rules around data privacy, standards.
All of that. It creates the environment EdTech operates in.
Which brings us back to teachers. Teacher training seems critical here.
Absolutely vital. The source is clear. Training needs to go way beyond just how to use this software.
It's about strategy, like how to genuinely use tech to improve learning.
Precisely. How to integrate it meaningfully, not just as a substitute.
But there's a flip side, right? The risk of relying too much on tech.
The source flags that as a potential pitfall. EdTech dependency. We need balance.
Technology as a tool, not a replacement for human connection or critical thinking.
Exactly. It should enhance, not dominate.
And student engagement. That must look different now too.
Oh, for sure. Keeping students focused and, feeling connected when they're learning through screens. It requires new techniques. Different from the traditional classroom playbook.
So many moving parts. What about the bottom line? Student achievement. The source asks about the long-term impact.
And that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's still unfolding. We know things like access and the quality of online instruction varied wildly.
So getting a clear picture takes time.
Lots of time and careful analysis. It's complex.
Which makes measuring success tricky. How do schools even know if their EdTech investments are paying off?
That's another challenge the source highlights. Evaluating ROI isn't just about test scores.
You need to look broader, like engagement, digital skills.
Right. Are students more engaged? Are they developing future-ready skills? Is there sustained progress? It's about holistic view and continuous tweaking.
Okay, so to sort of wrap up the takeaways from these excerpts, the pandemic was a massive catalyst. Education is now way more digitally integrated.
For better or worse, yeah. Loads of potential, but also real challenges around equity, teacher skills, finding that right balance.
So maybe the final thought for you listening is this. Technology isn't slowing down.
Not a chance.
So how do we make sure EdTech actually works for all students? Makes learning better, more equitable, and sustainable?
Yeah, what are the really critical questions we still haven't quite answered about where this digital shift is taking education long-term? Something to think about.